This week, we're in for a bit of an excitement. It's a double parsha, 2 sedrot. Now, don't get worried. Both of them are pretty short, so Shul's not going to go overly long this week. But there's another aspect of these 2 sedrot that presents something interesting. They're a repetition of things that we've already seen in the last couple of parshas in Truma and Tetzaveh. The obvious question is, why the need for repetition? If we already know all this information, why do we have to study it again? And the answer really is an idea in all learning, whether it comes to Torah or any other subject that we're studying. Repetition allows new, refreshed analysis. So this week, as we're going through the sedros, it's time for us to understand that with a new perspective, with already a basis of knowledge that we've had for a couple of weeks, we can come with refreshed and new analysis and come to new ideas. It'll add an aspect to our Shabbat table and add an aspect to our understanding of the Torah. That's our challenge this week, to take ideas we're already familiar with and add to them. As we study our Sedra, we know that as in every Sedra in the Torah, we can't move without Rashi's commentary. For the last 1,000 years, Rashi has been an essential study aid for every serious Chumash student. If we look at Rashi's commentary, we find repetition in his commentary as well. Not only from the last couple of Sedrot, but really throughout his whole commentary, he stresses over and over an interesting idea. And what makes it so interesting is that it's not practical for us. The idea is that the building of the tabernacle or of the Beit HaMikdash does not override Shabbat. In other words, if today we were building the Beit HaMikdash and it comes to Friday afternoon, we would have to stop our building of the Beit HaMikdash and rest for Shabbat. Okay, important idea, one that we're going to have to know when we're building the Beit HaMikdash. But the question is, why do we have to know it today? Why is it so essential for Rashi to repeat this idea over and over? In order to answer our question, I think what we're going to have to do is look at Shabbat and what it stands for on the one hand, and the Beit HaMikdash and what it stands for on the other. Now, what I think we could say is as follows. Shabbat is not merely a day of rest. It's not a day that we get to relax. It really is an idea for us to refresh ourselves and our relationship with Hashem, to take the day as an oath, as a sign, as a remembrance of the unique relationship we have with Hashem and the responsibilities that requires. In other words, observing the Torah. The Beit HaMikdash, on the other hand, was not merely a place that we offered korbanot. We sacrificed offerings. The Beit HaMikdash was a place where we reconnected with Hashem, where we were able to recharge our batteries. We were able to stand and look at the Beit HaMikdash both through its offerings, the Torah study that went on there with the Sanhedrin, and the experience of all the miracles that took place daily at the Beit HaMikdash. It was a place for really, in our understanding of Hashem, to experience it. Now, Shabbat is a basic. We have to understand on a basic, foundational level that we have a relationship with Hashem. On the other hand, the Beit HaMikdash, as important as it is not an essential in our relationship with Hashem. We've all been living without the Beit HaMikdash for 2,000 years. Beit HaMikdash enhances and it adds to our relationship to Hashem. Rashi keeps stressing the important idea. Shabbat, which is a basic, a foundational point in our relationship with Hashem, overrides the enhancement, the addition. And we always have to keep in mind that the essentials, the basics of our relationship with Hashem, always take precedence and are always more important than the enhancements, the additions. It's a point that doesn't just rest within the Beis HaMikdash versus Shabbat. It's for all of our lives. We all have ideas and we all experience something that enhances our relationship with Hashem. Whether it's Shabbat Zmirot, or it's a kumzitz, a concert, all these things liven us up and get our emotions involved. And these are all important, and we don't want to put light on any of them. But on the other hand, we have to keep in mind that the essentials cannot be forsaken because of them. We cannot forsake Torah learning. We can't forsake tefillah. We can't forsake anything that are the basics and the foundational points, what's essential in our relationship with Hashem, for the enhancements, for the concert, for the kumzitz, for the tish. All of those things come second. What's first and foremost is building a concrete, solid relationship with Hashem through prayer and Torah learning. Only then can we have the enhancements. It applies to Shabbat versus the Beit HaMikdash, and applies in other areas in our daily life as well. Have a foundational Shabbat.